Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Family Secrets Unveiled channel. Dear friends, when we are young, we often love with all our innocence and raw emotion. But over time and through the stumbles of romance, a woman begins to change, from shy to composed, from dreamy to discerning. There are women who, just by the way they carry themselves, reveal a silent truth. She is no longer a blank page when it comes to love. She has walked through the world of men, not once, but many times. Enough to understand, enough to anticipate, and enough to make it impossible for them to look away. So, what are the signs that a woman has experienced deeply in love and truly understands men? Here are the 4 most telling behaviors, and if she shows all 4, then without a doubt, you are standing before a woman who is far more experienced than you might think. First behavior, a woman who isn't shy and is willing to express her emotions. When a woman is no longer timid in the face of love, no longer blushes when someone calls her beautiful, or hesitates to take the hand of the man she likes, it's not just a sign of strength. It's the mark of someone who has loved deeply, been hurt profoundly, and stood countless times at the crossroads between holding on and letting go. There are women who, even upon first meeting you, carry a strangely calm gaze. They don't fumble, don't avoid eye contact, and don't need to say much. Yet they make you feel as though you've been seen through completely. These are the women who have walked through enough moments of heartbreak and passion to learn how to stand firmly on their own. Compliments no longer make them flustered. Romantic advances no longer shake them. Instead, they remain composed, not because they've grown cold, but because their hearts once burned too brightly, once gave too much, and once shattered completely. A young girl might love like a summer storm, rushing in, sweeping away all that's innocent and unguarded. But an experienced woman is different. She's like a slow burning flame, warm enough to intoxicate, deep enough to pull you in. She no longer hides her feelings because she knows that keeping love secret only makes it more fragile. She's bold, but never careless. She's open, but never easy. And she's strong, because she's been soft before. Many men are drawn to such women without even knowing why. Perhaps it's because she brings something unfamiliar. Not just excitement, but a humbling sense of being seen, truly seen. Standing before a woman like that, a man often feels small. Not because he's weak, but because her calm, her confidence, and her quietly scarred heart remind him of everything she's endured. And still, she dares to love again. Second behavior. A woman who knows exactly what men are thinking. There are women who only need a few seconds of silence and a glance at you to know what's on your mind. You don't have to say a word. She already senses what makes you uncomfortable, what brings you joy, and what keeps you restless. Because she has been with many men, not to count her conquests, but to learn how to read the male heart, the way someone reads an old familiar book, every page etched into memory. She has been deceived, adored, abandoned, and loved with passion. Each relationship left behind a lesson. And now, when she stands in front of you, she is no longer a girl who merely listens, but a woman who knows exactly how to make herself unforgettable. She says the things you want to hear, so softly that you think those words came from your own heart. She agrees with you when you most need support, smiles at the right moment to make you feel like the strongest man alive. But the truth is, whether you realize it or not, she is the one leading the game. Because a woman with experience doesn't hand over her heart easily. She gives you the illusion that you're winning her over, but in reality, you're walking exactly the path she's already mapped out. She knows what men want, not just at the dinner table or in casual conversation, but in the way they look, the way they move, and in their quietest, most vulnerable moments. And what makes you unable to walk away from her is that rare and intoxicating feeling of being deeply understood. You may think you're in control, but soon you'll realize the one you keep thinking about, the one you keep coming back to, the one you simply can't let go of, is her. The woman who understands men better than they understand themselves. Third behavior. A woman who keeps her emotions to herself. There are emotions that don't need to be spoken, yet anyone perceptive enough can feel them. Like when a woman steals a glance at the man she likes, then quickly looks away, her cheeks turning pink. Or when she suddenly falls silent mid-conversation, just because her heart skipped a beat. These are the moments found only in women who have never loved deeply, who haven't walked through many relationships. They hold their feelings close, like a fragile treasure, afraid of losing it, afraid of getting hurt, afraid the other person won't value their sincerity. But for experienced women, things are different. They're not afraid to meet your eyes directly. They don't feel the need to hide what they truly feel. They've known what it's like to wait endlessly for someone who never comes, to give their heart only to be ignored. They understand that bottling up emotions too long can make them seem smaller in someone else's eyes. So when they feel something, they show it. Not loudly, not desperately, but gently, clearly, and with quiet confidence. She might be the one to lightly touch your hand, or to smile knowingly when she catches your gaze. That ease, that lack of shyness. It isn't instinct. It's the result of every scar she's ever carried, every lesson she's had to learn the hard way. An experienced woman no longer lets her emotions control her. She uses them like a language, to connect, to guide, and sometimes to test. She no longer glances secretly. She looks directly. She doesn't hesitate. She steps forward. She isn't vague. She's so clear it both captivates and intimidates. Because above all, she understands this truth. If you love, don't hide it. But if you do, it's only to see whether the other person is sensitive enough to see through the silence. Fourth behavior. She understands men's needs deeply. There are women who don't even have to ask. They just know what a man needs. From the look in his eyes, the tone of his voice, to the smallest movements of his body. She picks up on everything as if she's known it forever. Not because she's read too many psychology books, but because her heart has been through enough, burned with passion, bruised by heartbreak, to understand that men, too, carry quiet fears and unspoken desires that only the most intuitive woman can see. An experienced woman doesn't love by instinct. She loves with insight. She knows when to be soft like water, when to be still like the night, and when to burn like fire. She doesn't need to try to be seductive. Her elegance, her confidence, her quiet strength, that's what keeps men captivated. She knows how to make the man she loves feel respected, encouraged, and fully himself. Something most men silently crave more than they admit. She can read your mood from a single sigh. She can make you feel like the only man in the world with just one gentle, intentional touch. There's no performance, no exaggeration. Every move she makes feels carefully crafted just for you. Just enough to intoxicate, just enough to make you want more. In the bedroom, she's not just a lover. She's an artist. Because she knows that intimacy isn't just about bodies, it's about souls. And for a woman who has truly lived, making love isn't a tool to hold on to a man. It's a way to love him more deeply. You might think you're the one in control, but sooner or later you'll realize she's the one gently guiding you through every layer of feeling. Because when a woman understands a man's needs that well, she no longer has to try to keep him. He simply won't want to leave. In summary, love is a long journey, and an experienced woman isn't someone who has been with too many men. She's someone who has walked through enough emotional highs and lows to truly understand herself, to understand men, and to understand the kind of love she truly deserves. She's no longer naive, but her longing for genuine love remains intact. She doesn't fall easily, but when she finally opens her heart, she loves with a depth and clarity that few can match. There are many kinds of women in this world, but the experienced woman carries a unique aura, one that both captivates and humbles men. Not because she's perfect, but because she's real. So real that no matter how many people you meet, you'll always remember her eyes, her smile, and the quiet calm she carries, like a cool breeze in the middle of a desert, like an old wine that still burns warm in the palm of your hand. Thank you for watching until the end of the video. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below, and we'll see you again in the next one.